Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and I need to make a couple sympathy cards again, which I hate these kind of cards, but it is something that is a necessity. So I am making two. Sorry, my puppies are talking. Because I find it just as easy to make two cards as it is to make one sometimes, and I'd prefer to go ahead and have them so that way I have them in hand and I don't have to worry about them. Chaz, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. That's Winnie. That's Winnie, Chaz. Sorry, my dogs are being dogs. Taz, go lay down. Go lay down, baby. Go lay down. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Go lay down. All right. Sorry about that. So let's see. I have an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper that I cut down to an A2 sized card. You guys have seen me do that a million times. I'm also using a stamp set that I have that has the sentiments with sympathy, and it has some really pretty flowers. So I went ahead and stamped both the with sympathy together and the flowers, and I'm going to die cut those out with the die cuts that I have. So I will show you that here in just a minute. But I wanted to color them first, and then I also want to put this on this side, but this is obviously too, well, not obviously, but for me this is too wide. So I'm going to cut this, and I just had this in my scraps, so it kind of made it easy. I'm going to measure it, and it's 2.5, so that means I'm going to cut it at 1.25, which makes it halfway. So I'm cutting them in half, and then I'm going to use one of my punches to punch the edge just to make it a pretty edge. So I'm just going to put this in. Punch. And then I'm going to just punch them all the way. And I need to do one more side over here. So if you've not used these Martha Stewart punches, they seem to be a little hard to get used to start. At least I think there's a little bit of a learning curve. And what I like to do is I just stick it in and punch. And then I go from one side to the other, and you line them up with the diagram that's on the bottom, like that's on the actual punch itself. And that will help you know that you have it lined up inside the punch. And some of them, I must say, are a little easier than others to see. But for the most part, it's all the same. And then this one gives you tons of little pieces, so I always like to make sure that something's underneath it so I can just take it to my trash and throw that away. So there's that. So now I have both of these done, and I will put those on the card bases, but I'll do that in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and put this over here, I guess. And I'm going to color these, and I got out my Wisteria Wonder. Oh, whoops, I don't need to do that. I need to do this. I need to put some ink on the lid. So I'm just pushing this, just squeezing it so I get ink on the lid. And then I'm going to take a watercolor brush, and I'm going to color the flowers. And I'm starting at the bottom because that's where it would be the darkest, I think, at least in my head. And then I'm going to do this fold one, which, so that's like the flowers kind of folded, and that I think is in the middle. At least that's how it looks to me. I think that little guy would be a little darker. And then I'm going to do the same with the green. And I think that watercolor is really pretty for sympathy cards just because, I don't know, it's so like dainty and flowy. I don't know the words. And Wisteria Wonder is one of my favorite colors. I love this purple. And I also like watercolor because it's very forgiving, I think. So once you've gotten them colored the way you want, then I'm going to move over to the green, but I'm just putting a little bit more on the bottoms of these. And then I'm going to pick a green that I like. And there's lots of greens that I like, but I think I'm going to use this garden green for this particular card. And I'm going to take my aqua brush and just run it on some scrap. Oops, I keep doing that. I need to get some ink on the bottom here, or on the lid, the top, I guess. And I'm just now coloring the leaves, or the stems and the leaves. Whining puppies. I don't know if you can hear that. And I don't know when I'm posting this, but it is July, so I have 2 new puppies, and they are the sweetest things ever. But they are a little bit whiny sometimes, especially if they want me to like go in there and do something with them or whatever. I haven't gotten a ton done, I will say that. And I've taken some vacation days to be with them, and today is actually my last vacation day, so I'm going to be really sad leaving them tomorrow. But they're doing so well. They're just wonderful. I just love them to pieces. Waylon and Winnie. And that's Taz. He's telling them what for, so they will sometimes get in his space, and he doesn't particularly care for that, which I wouldn't either, so it's okay. I'm going to take my die that I need for the flower, and I'm going to take my Big Shot. And I know that this is hard for you guys to see, and I apologize for that, but I'm just putting my flower down and lining up my die so that it will cut it out. And then I'll run it through, and then I'll do it again because I have 2. Oh, and I was a little bit off. I'm not going to worry about it, but I'll try to do better this time. Alright, so now I'm going to put my die back. And I'm going to cut out my With Sympathy. Now, I went ahead and printed or stamped 3 just because sometimes I have a really hard time of making them straight. So I thought, you know what, if that's the case, then I'll have a couple more to choose from, or whatever, 1 more to choose from, I guess. Hopefully that's not too bad. With Sympathy, and I'm just cutting them out. that one looks all right. And I think that one looks all right. So I don't even need this one. And I can just put it in here so that I'll have it if I need it the next time. So I'm just doing that. And let's go ahead and assemble this card. So I'm going to take my art glitter glue, which is my favorite, and I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to put it along the edge over here. I'm going to do the same for the other one. I'm going to make these cards pretty much the same. I was going to say identical, but we all know that that won't be true. I'll do my best, but they won't be identical. These are handmade cards. And I have Wisteria Wonder ribbon. I thought I might just do a bow and put it at the bottom of the flowers. So like that. Then I'll trim this off. And I'll make another one. Doot, 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 doot. Oops. This bow didn't want to tie. Alright, I'm just trying to get this bow tied. I know that this is taking a little longer than I expected. Sorry. Alright, let me make sure my edges are good for both of these. Okay. Alright, so now I am going to put one of the flowers here, and I think I may pop dot it, or maybe not, and then this will go here, and then I'll put with Sympathy. I think I'll put with Sympathy over here, because otherwise I could have just stamped it right on the page, so I just want to make it so that the white is on the purple a little bit for no particular reason other than the fact that I stamped it on paper instead of just directly on the card. And you wouldn't have to do this for Sympathy card only. I mean, this could be anything card. Congratulations. I mean, it's really pretty. It's just sometimes Sympathy cards are hard for me to make, so I enjoy, and I'm really struggling with knowing if I should pop dot it or if I should just leave it flat with the bow. I think I'm going to leave it flat. I think the pop dotting for the Sympathy card might be a little too much. But if you want to pop dot it, by all means. That down there. Oops. Putting some glue on my ribbon. Open, I got some mess on it. So where's my little eraser? I love this little sand eraser. It really does do a pretty good job when you have messed something up with, I don't know, like this time I had glue where it wasn't supposed to be. So there we go. And then that down there. I'm going to put my lid on my glue. This helps it make sure that it stays flowing. And there we go. There are our cards. Pretty quick and easy. And yeah, I think they turned out really nice. And I think it'll be great to send this to the person that I need to send it to. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'm going to have one for my stash and one to send. So that's fabulous. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.